Hey everyone, we're going to be taking a look at Absolute Power, which is a superhero tabletop RPG. Now this actually is a game that came out in 2002, but the name of the game back then was Silver Age Sentinels. But this is the second edition of that, and it says so right there on the cover. And they have updated this, changed things around, and boy, is there a lot of content in this. This is 333 pages chocked full of content. Now there's two books that come with this. We're going to be looking at the first book, book one, called The System. Now in the beginning of this book, it has a brief history of comics because these guys are comic book fans. But then after that, it gets straight into the character creation. Now character creation is done in one of two ways. You can either go with a quick template, which is very quick, very limiting, but it gets you straight into the action. And I highly suggest that if this is your first superhero tabletop RPG, or if this is your first tabletop RPG at all, do the quick template and you will save yourself some heartache. Because once you get into the point-based character creation, it is very granular, very crunchy, and it's going to take you a minute. Me and a friend of mine, we sat down, we created a couple characters. It took us about an hour and a half, 2 hours, somewhere in there. So we went in fresh, didn't know nothing, and that's how long it's going to take you. Now you're going to cut that down the more familiar that you get with the game and the more familiar you get with the character creation. Now this is based on a tri-stat system. So you have body, mind, and soul. And basically what the system is that you use your stat, you roll 2d6, you add that to whatever your stat is, and add maybe a bonus or something else, so you're never adding more than 3 things together. You compare that to a target number, and if you meet or beat it, you've done whatever you wanted to do. So the character creation itself is what's crunchy and granular, not the actual system. Now, this is chock full of stuff for your character, and it gets granular. It has the power descriptions and all the details about that. Details about defects of your powers, limitations on your powers. It goes into things like all these expanded rules. Like it has a million expanded rules. So what that will allow you to do is really get granular with your campaign. That's why I highly suggest that your session 0, your first session, you guys just go through and figure out what rules you want to have, what rules you don't want to have. This is what I would do in first session, because it's going to take a minute for you to get used to how the game works. Then at the end of this, it gives you some ideas on how to play superheroes if you've never done that. Now, me personally, I love me some superhero tabletop RPGs, so I probably wouldn't need to go through that, but you may need it. Hey, let me go ahead and interrupt myself here, and I want to encourage you to join the Leet Squad. Now, you guys have seen me talk about the Leet Squad quite a bit on the channel, but it dawned on me, I'm like, maybe I have not actually explained the benefits of joining the Leet Squad well. So I want to take the time real quick to do that right now. And I'm going to list 3 benefits of joining the Leet Squad. Number 1, of course, there's that monthly giveaway that I talk about all the time. And I recently changed this. There's still a monthly giveaway, but I did change it. If you were part of the Leet Squad, you would know that. But that's not the best benefit, not in my eyes. The best benefit is, of course, the community. Having access to our private chat server and being directly connected to others in the Leet Nation. You guys can talk about things, and we have all these different channels over on the server. So if you want to talk about art, if you want to talk about movies, if you want to talk about tabletop RPG maps, if you want to talk about virtual tabletops, and of course, if you want to talk about those non-fantasy alternative genre tabletop RPGs, which have all of their separate rooms, you can do that over in our private chat server. And it's just having that connection in a casual environment that's no drama. And really, maybe you want to, throw something back and forth at people, ideas and things like that. This is the place to be. And there's a lot of people in there that have been doing this for quite a long time that would be more than willing to help you out. Now, another thing too is that you need to be part of the Leet Squad in order to get access to that private chat server. Otherwise, you gotta go bye-bye. Sorry. That's just the way that it is. That's my condition of being a part of this great community. And then there's the third benefit, which is getting early access to those things that we have going on in the RPG Elite network. And let me tell you, there is something right now that's going on that you guys don't know nothing about. And it's been going on for a couple of months now. And if you want to get in on these things early, because we got more than a little bit planned, then you can if you're part of the Leet Squad. All right, then. So since I laid out the 3 benefits, maybe if you like what you hear now, you might want to join. How do you do that? Simple. Down in the description, there is a link. That link, yeah, that one that just flashed across the screen. Click that link. The first one you're going to see is going to take you to a landing page. Over on that landing page, there are going to be a space there. You're going to fill in your name. You're going to put your email address in, and then you're going to crush the blue button, and that'll be it. You will be part of the Leet Squad. So I hope I went ahead and explained this just a little bit better for you, and that you will consider joining the Leet Squad today. All right, enough of me. Let me get back to me. Today we're going to be taking a look at Absolute Power Book 2, which is actually the classic game Silver Age Sentinels 2nd edition. Now, this book here, take a look at it. You're going to need the core book, book 1, called System, before you can use this one. This is just a lore book mostly. Like in the very beginning of the book, it starts talking about game mastering, giving you some tips on how to game master if you've never game mastered a superhero tabletop RPG. And then it moves into more of the lore. Now, the first one it talks about is Empire City. And Empire City is, well, it's New York. It is actually literally New York. It like has Brooklyn and all the rest of that stuff. It's New York. It's just called Empire City in Absolute Power. And then after that, it moves on to what is the Sentinel Earth and what that is all about. And so it's probably going to tell you a little bit more in terms of, okay, how is this Earth the same as our Earth, and how is it different from our Earth? And then it moves into talking about magical realms. And then after that, beyond Earth, which basically going up into space, going out into space, different planets, there are other things that are out there. Then it moves into the actual heroes that pepper this universe, that are pre-made, that you can go ahead and maybe use if that's what you want to do. But it also has those called neutral. So those are like not heroes, not villains, but neutral. And then we go into the villains. Not only the villains, but like catastrophic cosmic threats and all the rest of this stuff at the end. It also has villain organizations that you could use. And then at the very end, it has what's called adventure seeds, ideas to run off of for different adventures for your superhero group. So again, this is book 2 called Essentials for Absolute Power, but you need book 1 in order to play it. But if you plan on doing a full-fledged campaign, I highly suggest that you get this book. Go ahead and grab this book and let me know what you think. Absolute Power, or Silver Age Sentinels 2nd edition. I like Absolute Power better. I don't know, just think it sounds better. Yeah, I'm gonna go through this game a little bit more. You'll see another video on this, probably a couple more videos on this, and it'll probably be around the character creation process, since you have those 2 different ways that you can create characters. And trust me, I'll go ahead and save you the small little intricate details on the point-based system, because then we'll be here all day, and y'all know I don't make videos longer than 20 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to truncate that down quite a bit, but the jury's still out for me. Do I think that this has the possibility of usurping my favorite tabletop RPG of all time, Marvel superheroes? Not even close. But it doesn't mean that I can not enjoy this superhero tabletop RPG. Oh, to the contrary, superheroes. So, I'm going to find a way to enjoy it unless things are broken so bad that, it just gets in the way of me enjoying it. But I don't see that happening. I could still enjoy this game. So I'm going to dig a little bit more into this. Hey, if you got any value out of this video today, maybe you learned something new. Maybe you learned about a new game. Maybe you didn't even know that the game existed. Hey, could you do me a solid and could you just crush that like button for me? Could you? Also, if you want to stick around, my goal is to come out with videos every Tuesday and Friday. And, God has been good in that department because in the last 3 years, I haven't missed a Tuesday or a Friday. And that's something. So if you want to stick around and see what else we got here on RPG Elite, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. All right, let's get to what we know here on this channel as the question of the vid. Now, in looking at these different types of character creation processes, in going through all kinds of tabletop RPGs, they are different ways and different time periods in terms of how long it takes. Well, I want to know from you, how long do you think it should take to make a character on average in a tabletop RPG? Mike, do you think it should take just 15 minutes? Because there are some that are like that. Shoot, I got a game. You can literally make your character in less than 15 minutes. And then you'll be off to the races. Or do you like yours to be, more robust, to last a little bit longer than that? Or do you like yours to be long and intricate and, kind of like an absolute power here? I ain't no lie on that if you're going with the point-based system. So how long do you think it should take? Go ahead and let's get some engagement going down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and that'll do it for me. It's your boy that's got to get on out of here and do his night. Go puss.
So exit, stage left.
Hey, if you've got a game coming up this week, happy gaming. I pray it is an RPG Elite session that's more immersive, enjoyable, and meaningful. So in the meantime, between time, watch a couple more of my videos like this one up here on this video here, and I'll catch you on the flip. It's me, Servant, saying peace. 5,000 Leets. I am gone.